Welcome to a hero story Halloween special. Today we're talking about Today we're talking a bit of Halloween Ends, the best installment in the Halloween franchise.
To you.
We're reading some of your questions. And we have some topics of our own. Joining us is Joshy Allen Harper.
Hi guys, I'm Joshy Allen Harper. Hey,
Hunter Cole Murray.
Hi guys, I'm Hunter Cole Murray.
Josh Tommy DeGrazia.
Not my name.
Oh fuck. Tyler J. Torres.
It's me for real.
I'm so into this right now. This is so much fun.
Come on a ride full of thrills.
You want on a ride?
Chills and spooky entertainment while the boys from the podcast do something they've never done before.
Bunch of woman?
A podcast.
Welcome to the Hero Story Halloween special. We could really just do that for 50 minutes.
That was so much
yeah,
fun.
if you
we could do like a stage play or something.
You could have kept
An audio
going.
play.
I actually would not be against.
That'd be
us doing
hilarious.
A bullshit dramatic fucking audio drama podcast
Of
That
nothing.
would actually be pretty cool.
Batman
That'd be
Unburied.
hilarious. Yeah.
I'd be fucking into that. I would do. Yeah. I
Well,
would
the
do
people will
shit out of
decide
that.
after they see.
I
this,
would
don't
do
they?
the shit out of that. This is off to a great start. Yeah, we got some topics to start with. I'm gonna pass this off to Tyler. Tyler, what should we start with? I want to talk Halloween Ends, buddy.
Oh God! All right, yeah. Let's get it out of the fucking way.
Well, before
I
you do
think-
that, Harper, what is this?
Oh, it's a Halloween special. We're talking about horror movies.
And horror media.
horror comics,
genre of horror.
media.
Okay.
We're just talking a bunch of bullshit,
Horror.
but I think we need to talk about the latest release in the Halloween franchise, which is Halloween Ends. And as I said in the intro, quite possibly the best Halloween movie I think we've ever seen. And by
Well,
best,
it's
I
either
mean
either
worst.
that or it's Resurrection for the best.
Yeah,
it's either one.
Well, it would either be that or my personal favorite, Halloween 4, as Jadek said on the podcast.
The Curse of Michael Myers.
No, The Return of Michael Myers. Curse
it's
of Michael
funny.
Myers is number 6.
There's too
They
many
made a
of them.
movie. They made a movie so bad that if Busta Rhymes had showed up and done kung fu, it would have actually been so fucking
Dude,
good.
Tell me
Halloween
that wasn't
Ends.
fucking
This would've been
sick when
funny.
Busta Rhymes hit him with that shit.
Here's the thing about Halloween Ends. It is a movie that it is. Okay, I've done well.
It
So
is, all
far.
right, there's a thing.
Done.
Oh, you'll pay me that. It's a movie. Once I've done it again.
It
It
is a
could
movie.
be. It could be really good if it wasn't the final installment in this fucking Halloween Michael Myers Laurie Strode trilogy. If it was just
Yeah.
a random spin-off, there is a story there. The idea
Season
of
of,
a
the, Season of the
copycat,
Witch style.
but even
Well,
just the idea
Didn't
of a
you have the
copycat
idea that this would be
Michael
this could have been like the middle movie?
Well, yeah, I thought if you swapped them around, if you had this in the middle and then the third movie was Michael comes back and has the fucking rampage that he had in Halloween Kills,
That would've been really
that'd be really cool. Those of you that haven't seen the movie, don't worry about spoilers because it's not very fucking
And also,
good, but
really,
it's a
just
bad
don't
movie.
watch it. Do not
Yeah,
watch it. It is
it's
so
really
not
sad.
worth it.
Movie
It's so not
I
worth
am one of those
for- Yeah,
Oh, you
that
haven't
would be
watched
okay.
it?
Yeah, just
I
watch
envy
like the
you.
final scene from.
No,
the-
don't even watch
yeah.
the final scene.
I
Just
mean-
don't
Yeah.
watch the movie.
or that.
The,
Or what
the
Tyler
final
said.
15 minutes is all right,
It's,
but that's it.
I don't even know if it is though.
I don't
that's
know
it.
that it is.
I don't.
too.
I honestly, I don't know if there's a second of this movie worth watching.
Oh,
Okay, the intro is pretty good if this wasn't a Halloween movie.
The intro. What do you mean?
Oh,
Oh,
with
him
the-
killing that kid.
Like 2019.
That was
To
not
be
that
fair,
good.
Hunter notoriously loves murdering children. So that
I mean, I don't
seems
do
pretty
it.
But that doesn't mean you don't like it.
I feel like he does it. I feel like he definitely does it.
Do you think prequel?
I don't.
The plot of Halloween Ends. It's 4 years after Halloween Kills. Michael Myers is just in a sewer, not doing fucking anything.
He really is. He's just chilling in a sewer.
Apparently, he's
Hands
been
around
dragging
it.
people into the sewer, and people don't see them again, which I guess means he's eating them.
Yeah.
I guess he's got to
How
see
you feel
them
about that?
somehow.
Oh,
How do you feel about that?
I mean, he killed and ate a dog in the first Halloween, so
Man's
he's
gotta
a
eat.
bad guy. I mean, he's a serial killer.
He's evil.
Man,
Yeah, I
gotta
guess. Yeah, I was
like-
literally like, how do you feel about them adding cannibalism to his line of crimes? It's like he's already so far gone.
Pretty
Doesn't
bad.
I'm
really
gonna put
matter.
this out there. I'm gonna
Yeah.
put this out there. This might be controversial. He's a bad guy.
Is that controversial?
Yeah,
He's a pretty bad dude. People will be
Yes.
like, oh, he didn't kill that baby. He killed everyone else.
He did kill.
All right.
He did not kill that baby. You're right. He did
didn't-
murder like a 14-year-old kid at the start of that movie, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he killed everyone else. He killed his sister.
Yeah.
When Lori was his sister, he killed her. He
Yep.
killed everyone. All right. He's not a great dude, but
No,
he
he's not.
looks sick.
He looks.
That's all
sick,
that-
and the
that's all that
appeal.
really
That's
matters.
literally all that matters. I've got a question
Well,
coming up later about like killers.
can you
in
explain-
slasher movies? I think that's.
Can you explain
Yeah.
on the podcast your Halloween obsession? Have you done that before?
Oh, I don't know that I have.
Because I feel like it's
explain
like
it
it's
how.
up there with like how much you love Iron Man is how much you love that fucking Michael Myers. dude.
yeah. Halloween's your favorite horror movie, right?
But it's
It
like one of your
is.
it's like your favorite movie, right?
It is my favorite movie. Yeah, just
Yeah.
point
Wow.
blank. Period. Yeah. I. Okay, so I grew up obviously, as we all do.
Some
Unless
did.
you die and then you don't. But I grew up loving fucking horror movies, and I think it was when I got older. Like I saw all the Halloween movies when I was younger, but the reason the original Halloween stuck with me is because I further developed opinions on it. Like Jason and Freddy and shit are just like they are what they are. But I think as I
Mhm.
got older, I started seeing like the themes, and I saw people talk about what Michael Myers represents, and like Michael Myers, the way he's presented in these movies, at least you know in the original movie, he just sort of becomes Jason later on anyway. But you know he's a mortal man, but there's something off about him. There's something slightly supernatural, and that's the whole. You know, he's there, he's not there, he's in the
Mhm.
shadows. He's
You don't
hiding
think he's
behind
just running
something.
from place to place?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
in,
it's
in the
it's-
shots we don't see, he's
the
just like,
first one.
yeah, it's like that. I just always subscribe to that creepy sort of notion of like, oh, he's there and now he's gone, and where'd he go? And then he's looking, he's peeking
Mhm.
through, and just the. I think I just bought into the whole appeal, and I think. You know what no other horror franchise has is it doesn't have its Dr. Loomis, where he's going, I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes.
well,
devil's
you just
eyes,
like
you know
how
what I
he's
mean?
like hamming it up.
Yeah, well, that's all
He
he
hypes
does.
it
He's
up,
talking,
yeah.
he's
Yeah.
talking absolute horse
Yeah.
shit in that movie. But
Yeah.
I'm sitting there,
But
like,
you're
yeah, he
so
does
on
have the
board. You're
book.
like, fuck
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck
because
yeah,
he's,
Loomis.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
literally.
you are full of shit, but that's cool as. Like,
Hell yeah.
just
let's
the,
get
and the fact that
fucking
he
guy.
never refers to Michael as he, it's always it. It's always,
Mhm.
I like that.
But it's a very
Michael is the
masterfully
shape.
crafted movie, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's clearly taken off of Psycho and Black Christmas and
Mhm.
Hitchcock inspired sort of media, but
No, but it took horror into the next level. It birthed the slasher, all that stuff. You have proto slashers before that, sure, but like,
I was gonna say,
You-
did
it-
it birth
it-
the slasher?
well, isn't
I mean,
Michael Myers is
birthed
credited
the
with
modern
that?
slasher. Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre in
I
'74,
was about to
Black
say
Christmas.
that.
What
also
about
in
Black Christmas?
74, but
Fuck.
Black
You
Christmas
got it before me.
rocks.
But I was gonna say because it
Sorry.
like Michael Myers became like you could just market your movie on the fact that there's a scary dude. And that was a big
Yeah,
deal,
exactly, exactly.
Except
yeah.
Friday the 13th, which did not have a scary dude until number 2.
Until
But they
number two,
marketed
and
off
didn't
of
even get
the
hockey
hype
mask
of a
until number
scary
three.
dude. Yeah, what a shit franchise. We're not talking about that. But
We,
Halloween,
might later.
did you? So Halloween ends. You like the
Mm.
new Halloween 2018, right?
I fucking love Halloween.
I
28,
love
yeah.
that too. That's my second
It-
favorite.
It's a great
I
one. It's a
just
great
wish
movie.
It ended there because to sort of add on to what I was saying a second ago. Thank you, Tyler. You are carrying this for me. But
I'm very
like
intrigued.
the thing about Michael Myers is I love that in the first movie there is no rhyme or reason to who he's killing and why he's stalking. I mean, he literally goes after Laurie and her friends because he's at the Myers house and Laurie
Because they're
drops off
there.
the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he sees her and goes, "Yep, that's the one." There's no, in Halloween 2, obviously we get that
Sister.
girl, that Strode girl. That's Michael Myers' sister. Laurie never even finds out that is like Michael Myers is her brother. Like it means nothing to us. So 2018, they just stripped it back. They went, no, it's just, they fight at the end of that movie because of circumstance, because the crazy doctor is like, I want to see what it's
But
like.
he gets squashed like a
And it's
melon,
like,
though.
okay.
It was
Dude, that is the best kill in that movie.
That is such a good kill.
Say something, Michael.
Just but like that, if you ended the franchise and like literally this timeline, you could reboot eventually, but if you end the 78 sort of canon there, Laurie burns him in the basement, he dies after their one final confrontation. That's perfect.
Oh, what do you feel about 2018 versus Resurrection?
Oh,
not Resurrection. H20.
Oh.
I don't know. I said Resurrection. I meant the one before that.
Halloween,
I just had Resurrection on the mind.
H2O Just Add Water is one of those weird movies that for some reason people like really like and think is like, yeah, this is a return to form. I cannot fucking stand it, man. It's just B grade Scream. It's B grade Scream. It's not.
That's why I like it.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, if you like shit movies, I can see why you
Scream
well,
is
he
my
does
favorite slasher.
Scream is your favorite
Scream
slasher.
is your favorite slasher. Thanks for tuning in for the Halloween special. That's all I can bear to take today.
I don't know. If I had to pick a favorite slasher, I don't know. I like Friday the 13th. Not Friday the 13th. I like Nightmare on Elm Street a lot. I love Freddy Krueger. I think Freddy Krueger, if we're talking about best like horror slasher villain or whatever, I think Freddy Krueger is the best.
Over Michael.
That actually is one of my questions was going to be, what is your favorite horror movie sort of killer? And yeah, Freddy's good because it's Robert Englund, man. He's just
because he kills it, and he almost makes me root for him. I'm like, this guy's horrible. He's the worst dude, but he's so much fun. He's so much fun. That's I think so
fun. Yeah. I
like Jason.
I like Jackie Earl Haley in the remake. That remake that movie is fucking awful. He's good in that movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't that really bad?
Oh, it's awful. I
might have
see it, but
I might have honestly seen that one before I saw the first one, but I was probably like a little kid.
Talks like this.
He was good.
He sounds
2011, I think. So
maybe earlier.
Oh,
yeah, 2009. I would. Yeah, if I had seen that, I didn't see it when it came out, but I remember seeing it when I was younger. I might have been like 11 or 10.
3.
And yeah, but I was 3 years old. And I saw that one definitely before I saw the original. But by the time I saw the original, I had seen more horror movies, and I saw it and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like I really thought it was so cool. And I was like, Johnny Depp.
It is, I've said before on the main podcast, obviously, that I grew up watching a lot of horror movies with my grandma, God rest her soul, Miss Irene. But we used to watch horror movies in her house, which was that wooden sort of crazy, almost gothic wooden house. But her favorite was always Nightmare on Elm Street, and she had all of them on DVD, and so we watched them all together. And I still remember, pretty sure she pirated it. So that's very bad on you, Grandma. But she pirated the 2009 remake, and we watched it together. And I distinctly remember after it finished, she went, "That wasn't very good, was it?" So I was like, this is this old lady that will watch like she'll watch like Hostel 2 and be like, "Oh, I love this," but she was like, "That was awful." Good call, man. Yeah, Halloween Ends. I don't know there's much to say. The plot again is 4 years later after Halloween.
I almost thought it was like embarrassing.
Halloween Kills looks a lot better in retrospect, man.
Yeah, I kind of want to rewatch it.
Yeah, because at least Michael's in it, Like at least
Michael's
I'm like,
in
I get
it.
to
He's
see Michael do
shit.
things.
It's about him, yeah.
He fucking looks like that, which is sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Halloween
Evil dies tonight.
For those who haven't seen it, I have no idea what we're talking about. The brief overview is literally Michael Myers is in a sewer. The movie is focused on this random
new
kid we've never
nerd
met before named Corey, who gives a great performance. I have to admit, the actor is really good. But the movie is just about him killing people, basically. And Michael Myers is in it for like 2 minutes, and it's just, why would you end a fucking trilogy on this? It's like making the third Lord of the Rings movie just about Gollum. And you're like, what happened to Sauron?
No,
Samwise, and
it would be
Bilbo?
making the third Lord of the Rings movie about a character we've never heard of before.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it would not be
For
Gollum. At least
Gollum,
we've heard of
yeah,
Gollum.
yeah,
That's
at least
true.
we've
It would
seen
be
him.
like
We've
making
seen-
the main character that wizard that was covered in shit from the Hobbit movies. Remember him?
Yeah,
Remember
just introduce
covered
him in the
bird
third
shit?
movie.
Yeah,
and
in the
it's
third
all
movie.
about him.
He's the main character, and
Yeah.
Bilbo's in the last 2 minutes. to
Maybe
fight in the
Arwen like
kitchen or
falls
whatever.
in love with him. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I just really thought like I know it's not easy to make movies generally. Like there's a lot of effort that goes into them, but
No,
did
it's not that hard.
anybody try at all when they made Halloween Ends? Like there's no way that
Apparently, the
conversation
script changed.
could have gone more than 10 minutes because like they must have thought it. There's no way that they thought of that and then didn't go, well, that's a bad idea though, right? Like if
I
I had to be a
definitely would have.
prank,
I have a fun fact.
this you know?
What's your fun fact?
They were gonna have the whole trilogy be one single
On one
night.
night. That's not a fun
But-
fact. Everyone knows that.
Well, I think it's fun, and it is a
I have a
fact.
fun fact. When he kicked the helmet, he actually broke his toe.
It's a fun fact. Did you have fun hearing that?
No.
A little bit.
No, because
Okay.
I've known
We
it
had a
for
little
about
bit. He had a
4
little bit.
years.
There we go.
So then what happened?
But COVID happened, so
Yeah.
they were just like, "Well, it's been so long. Let's just put it." to
That's
the
not
day."
that's not even it.
2018.
It was like it's been so long, and then David Gordon Green was just like, actually, how about instead we move it 4 years? Like it wasn't even he
Let's
just
move it
came
to
up with the
today.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I really would have just liked to see what happened on that final night because it meant
Mhm.
Halloween Ends originally would have just been Laurie going after Michael on this one night. Like that's what I
That'd be
want to
cool.
see.
Yeah.
Like, and
Or
if you
It
want
does
to do
sound
this
like fun.
Laurie story,
And if you want to do like Michael's not
spin-off.
there, then
Yeah.
then you can do the Lori him chasing after her chasing after him and she just can't find him.
Well,
Shows
there's
up
a
at the
guy I
end.
was
Whatever.
watching
but,
on
like,
there's a guy I watch on YouTube called Dave McRae who's like a massive Halloween fan. I remember him saying he's like Halloween Ends would be a better movie if Michael wasn't in it because like Michael coming in just
Mhm.
reminds you and makes you go
that
oh yeah that's what this is supposed to
yeah,
be.
the poster and the trailers are just a
It's
flat out
all
lie.
it's all the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a flat out lie. Like
a
I
full-
can't
yeah.
believe it almost, you
They
know?
show all of Michael's scenes in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's the Amazing Spider-Man 2 of Halloween movies.
Just actual absolute actual lies. And I don't know how they get away with that. Do people because they're inevitably gonna make a fucking another one.
Oh, they
And
will.
and we're just gonna be like, no,
No.
you haven't.
We
like,
watched
paid
Michael.
amends yet.
Also, I don't like him being pinned to a table and being bled out. But fuck, it is
You know,
it is
like him-
hilarious.
What about him being pushed over and just his mask getting yoinked
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
by some
Oh, yeah,
scrawny
yeah.
nerd?
A guy got beat up by
some
the,
nerd.
the high
By the
school
band
marching
kids.
band.
What
But he
will
beat up
be
Michael
the next
Myers.
anniversary? The 50th anniversary? H50?
Yeah. We'll see.
It's like God. Yeah, so this, ignore 2018 and that trilogy. This is after H2O, just add
I
water.
mean, they have like 3 different timelines. Why not make a 4th one?
They would literally reboot
Well,
again.
they
Though, is the
will.
thing. They'll do the Rob
You-
Zombie
when
thing.
you make
though.
that
But I
much
think-
money, you're just like, fuck it.
I don't think they can. They seem to be afraid to move on from the original movie. Like they don't want to ever reboot it again. Like I think the next Halloween movie that will come out will be a period piece set like the 90s or something.
No,
Yeah,
I can
20
see
years
that.
after.
Well,
And it'll
I'm
be
saying
canon to the original movie, but it's
No, I don't know about
Well,
that.
if it's in the 90s, you think we'll see the kid from Black Adam on a skateboard?
Shut the fuck
that's
up.
not even the. That doesn't
This
even
is-
make any sense.
Because he
No,
felt like a
you
like a
want to say
90s
Black
character.
Adam.
He did.
I do.
It
He
felt
did
more
feel
like
like
an
a
early
90s.
2000s, but you know, it's fine.
But well, that's a lot of Halloween ends. Do we have questions?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. No, well, I've got some topics. Tyler touched on it before, so I think we'll keep rolling with that. But favorite Halloween. Oh, fuck, I've already fucked it up. Favorite killers. Yeah, favorite Halloween movie starring Michael Myers. No, favorite killer in horror. Like, who is your favorite?
It's got it's Freddy Krueger.
slasher character.
Okay, here's this
Freddy Krueger.
Ready?
I think because he's I don't know what I like about his sense of humor because he's not funny at all. I just like that he does joke
He's a
around. There's something
dickhead.
fun about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just something fun about like as evil as Michael, but also like wants people to know it. I
Yeah,
think that's
yeah.
hilarious. He's
Well,
he's
a-
also
he's a
super
character.
theatrical. Yeah, he's super theatrical.
Like Michael is
I think
literally
that's
the
amazing.
absence of character, the absence
Mhm.
of personality. He's just a blank. you know,
But Freddy's just like this big goof.
Yeah,
and he's the worst. He's putting people on pizza as sausages, and he's pinballing Jason around.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
He's having so much fun. He's making his arms super long. I love him. I love him. I mean, he's horrible, and I denounce all of his actions. But I think he's a great dude.
But I could change him, is what I'm saying.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm with you on this, Harper. Michael's my favorite killer.
You like Michael? Fuck,
do
another
like
thing
Michael.
I have to
I
hide
know.
away from you
I
before
know.
you ruin my fucking enjoyment.
Because I share an opinion with you. How
Yeah,
awful.
no. Dude, I was listening back on an earlier podcast, and it's you talking about reading Daredevil. It's the time where you go, I'm gonna read every freaking Daredevil
Here we
trade.
go.
And
Here we
I
go.
on the show, I'm like, yeah, it's so exciting hearing that Hunter is reading Daredevil, and I'm listening to it driving, going, no, it fucking was not worth it. Oh, I
How
wish,
dare
wish
you.
he never discovered it.
But yeah, no,
JD.
Michael is my favorite killer.
Killer. Oh, JD.
I think I also got to go Michael. Halloween was like the first horror
Wow.
movie I ever watched. So
Halloween sweep. That's
Bastards.
crazy.
You suck, Tyler.
Well, what about like a more
Art of the
recent one?
Clown. Art of the Clown from Terrifier.
What
I haven't
about?
seen
Oh God,
Terrifier.
Terrifier 2
He's
came out, didn't
mean.
it?
It did, yeah.
What about
He's a
more
good
modern
guy.
horror movie villain? I think
I
I
was a fan of
loved.
Florence Pugh from Midsommar.
She's not the bad guy, is she?
I don't think she
No.
kills anyone.
I thought Midsommar was good. I thought it was really weird, though. Obviously,
That movie was too
Hereditary.
weird for me.
I love Hereditary, though. Obviously, don't you love that one,
Hereditary.
Hunter?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
favorite
ever.
horror movie?
And
Yeah,
I
favorite
fucking
horror
don't.
The first
Your
one that came to
favorite
mind
movie?
because it was so recent. I really liked X and Pearl, and I thought
Mm,
the
yeah.
aesthetic,
haven't seen
especially
those.
around Pearl, she's so fucking insane. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's again one of those cases where I'm just like, this person's out of their mind, but I love them. You know what I
It
mean?
is
Like, there's
crazy that they
nothing
filmed that
likable
at the
about this
same
person.
time.
I
That
know.
They filmed the
Here's the thing:
prequel
when
to
I
it.
saw X, I was near Washington Square Park, and there was it was like a Friday, Saturday, so there was a lot of people in this theater, packed in to see whatever the new horror movie was. And when it ended, everyone stayed for the credits, and I'm like, guys, like in my head, I'm like, this isn't a Marvel movie. Like, why am I staying for the credits? And then I hear afterwards that there was a trailer for a prequel called Pearl about the old woman, and I just was like, I was the asshole. Like,
You
are
were
you
the
fucking
guy.
kidding me? Yeah, exactly. I was the idiot, and everyone else went, look at this guy. You know,
that teaser is so
I never
good
saw
too.
it. I never saw
Because
it.
she floats down and she goes, been a while since anybody's made the world. No.
Well, have you seen those movies? They're pretty
Seen
good.
X,
I think
I've not seen
haven't.
Pearl.
Pearl's good, and then they're making Maxine, which is going to be the third one. I think that'll be really good trilogy. Like looking it all back.
Easy.
Yeah, and for no fucking reason. For no fucking reason, they give us this trilogy of slasher movies about the same
That's
bitch.
kind of cool. And
About
odds
Mia
are,
Goth.
that odds are, oh, she's with Shia LaBeouf. He's weird.
She is. She has Shia LaBeouf's kid. I learned that yesterday.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, moving on. This was, I think Hunter might have been sort of insinuating towards this question because you said, that's my favorite killer. So my next question is, favorite final girl or heroic character?
Yeah, and I knew this question was coming.
Mm.
Oh Jesus Christ!
He
This
does
is-
not care.
I like Nancy Tompkins. Nancy, is it
Fuck
Tompkins
yeah.
or Thompson?
I think it's Thompson.
Okay, Nancy Thompson. Yeah, from
Again,
Friday.
Nightmare on Elm
No, Nightmare on Elm Street. I always fucking
What
do
the
that.
fuck are you doing,
Nightmare on
bro?
Elm Street. I like her. I also like how the what is it? A New Nightmare, and it's just
Yes.
Heather
Oh,
Langenkamp.
yes.
That's so
Yeah,
stupid,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
think it's so
Yeah.
cool.
That movie is
Um,
quite dumb, but it's much better than a lot of the sequels.
Also, Ready or Not, Samara Weaving in that movie.
God, the
Killer.
That's
I forgot her
such a
name.
good movie.
dude,
but-
that movie fucking
Yeah,
rules.
if I have to go Final
That's
Girls,
so good.
yoink. Those are my two.
She rules. I also love that her in that movie is not. You see the poster and you're like, oh, she's gonna be just unequivocally badass and like inexplicably able to defeat everyone, and she's
Mhm.
shit. But it's so good to watch.
Yes, it's a great movie.
Hunter Cole Murray.
Sidney Prescott from Scream.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Okay.
I mean,
you know,
I like Lori. I like her too, but Sydney, I really like a lot. I mean, she's in all of them, which is nice. And just
Except the
She's not
new
gonna be
one
the next
coming
one
out.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's done.
She's not on Scream 6. That's right.
Yeah,
because
she was
because
like, "Fuck that! I'm not
because
doing
they're
this
not going to
shit."
pay her enough or something like that. She
Well,
felt
as
she
of
wasn't
now,
being paid enough.
as of now, she's in
Oh,
all
she's
of them.
not coming back.
No.
I
They're
mean,
already
like she's
filming.
no, she's not coming back. But as of now, Scream 6 isn't out, so she's she's in
I'm
all
sure,
the ones we've
okay.
seen. She's in all the ones we've
I
seen,
I
and she's
guess
good
so.
in all of them, though. Even though she clearly has plot armor.
Do you like that new
she-
Scream movie?
I loved it.
Dude, I fucking hated it.
What?
I thought it was
Really?
like the whole twist, I guess spoiler alert, being just like
Mm.
they didn't like The Last Jedi. That was so stupid. That was
That's
so
right. Oh, that's
dumb.
right. It's
Yeah,
like,
they talked
It's
about
literally
The Last Jedi.
purists. They're purists who
Yeah.
didn't like the last Scream movie because they felt it would like betrayal of the franchise.
That's
And
the
so they're
fun part
rewriting
about
it.
Scream.
Yeah,
It's
Scream's
so
always
meta.
been, like too on the nose about it. Like
No,
Scream's
exactly, but
about
it's
the
literally
reboot.
they didn't like the Ryan Johnson movie, so they're making their own sequel. That's so stupid. And I like The Last Jedi, and I should appreciate that. I hated it. I thought
Dude,
it was
the
so
problem with
stupid.
Scream. The problem with Scream is that Scream, since the first one, and like R.I.P. Wes Craven, but
Mhm.
Scream always
Ooh,
thought it was
genius,
much smarter than it
genius.
actually was.
But I think Scream, well, existing at the time it did, I think it was genius.
It was,
It
but it
is,
just
yeah.
the first movie annoys me in the sense that it thinks it's so clever with talking about the tropes in horror movies, only to then fall into every single trope. And I'm like, it is a tropey movie that's just pointing out the fact that it's tropey. And for me, I'm just like, okay, that movie is purely like, I was going to say Scoot McNairy. What's his fucking name? What's the guy that plays it?
No, I know who you're talking about.
He's the dude from Riverdale.
He is the dude from Riverdale. He's Jughead's dad. I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't know the actor's name.
I'll look it up.
Scoot
But yeah, I
McNairy
know.
was
And,
the Flash
and,
in Batman
and,
versus
and
Superman.
Shaggy, right?
Yeah,
And Shaggy.
yeah, Matthew
Lillis?
Lillard.
Matthew Lillard. God, I'm getting
Oh yes.
everything
Oh, I
wrong
thought you
today.
meant he also played Shaggy. I was like, no, he definitely did not play Shaggy. Yeah.
No.
It's Skeet Ulrich.
Skeet Ulrich.
Skeet
Yes.
Ulrich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Billy
fucking good,
Loomis.
man. He's fucking good.
He's so
He
good.
Wasn't he
Corn syrup.
supposed to be in the new one somehow?
He was
He
in the
wasn't.
new one.
Oh, he was right. My bad. I saw it too. Forgot
Just
about
in
that.
like the mirror,
Yeah.
and stuff, like he was like haunting,
Right.
didn't he? But
It was. I don't know. I don't like Scream. I think it's dumb. Like
think
at least the new
Scream's
one.
dumb
The
too.
new
Do
one
you-
at least.
I don't like it.
oh, the new one. Okay, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
do you like the intro to Scream? Because that's the best part.
What?
The
do you
phone
mean?
call.
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
Drew
Do you
Barrymore.
like scary
scary
movies.
movies. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I
But
I
no,
think
it's
it's been
fun.
ruined.
But
I think it's
I
been
don't know.
ruined for me because of scary movie.
Scary movie?
Yeah. Tyler, your room currently really has the Grudge kind of lighting.
Oh, yeah,
That sort of
because the lamp's back
green-
here. Is that better?
No.
We should probably
JD,
get
I
a
know.
crawling through that window. Maybe we'll see.
JD, I know I said final girls, but I also said heroic character, so you don't have to pick a woman. 'cause
You don't have to be
I know
embarrassed.
that
Oh,
one's
thank God.
Oh,
It's got to be between Freddie Harris or Ronnie Jones for me.
Freddie Harris.
Busta Rhymes and
Yeah,
Ronnie
no.
Jones.
Sorry,
LL Cool
Freddie,
J.
are you for
Listen,
real?
The rappers in the Halloween franchise are the greatest characters because they're the only ones that give Michael the business.
What is
Yeah,
what is LL Cool J saying in H2O? Round, voluptuous melon breasts. this is
Just
a
like me,
Halloween
for
movie.
real.
I mean, he's saying what we're all thinking, but like, come
Exactly.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Are those your actual answers, JD?
I like genuinely enjoy their characters because everyone else.
It's been serious.
Listen here. Everyone else in Halloween is a fucking moron. They're like, oh, I don't know how to attack Michael. Fucking Freddie Harris, like, fuck it, I'm gonna die anyway. I'm gonna do some kung fu fucking moves, and he kicks his ass.
It's
mean,
true.
like,
I guess
Chicken fried motherfucker.
maybe I guess
Like,
that's
listening
the
to
answer.
electrical wires, and Michael's like,
I guess the answer is to fight back because he's not used to it. So if you just pull out some shit,
Yeah.
maybe that's how they beat.
Apparently, the
that's
way
why
to
Corey beat him,
stop Michael Myers is turn around and be like, "What the fuck are you doing? I'm in the costume, motherfucker."
You got to
Go
rear up like he's
away."
a bear.
And he'll just leave you
Yeah,
alone.
exactly.
He'll just walk away.
He's got some great lines though. Like you can't lie. Like when the looking like some crispy fried chicken there, Mikey. Like when he's on the
Mikey?
thing. Like tell me that's not great.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
You're
that's your
looking a
answer.
little crispy there, chicken fried motherfucker. Who
And then
wrote
there's
that?
like the deleted scene where Michael like pops back up at him. Like that's great.
Oh, dude, it's so that movie is that's given Halloween Ends a run for its money.
At least that one knows that it's awful, right? Like these new ones pretend like that they're not awful. Like that one knows what it is.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
guess that-
point.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a good
fair.
point.
That's fair.
It doesn't take itself seriously. I mean, it's literally set in the Myers house, but they're doing like what it's called
reality
Danger,
show.
a reality show sponsored by Dangertainment. And for some reason, there's a sewer system under the Myers house. Like,
Fucking hilarious.
okay, go. For me, I mean, like I was trying to think of anyone else, but I keep coming back to Dr. Loomis. Like I can't.
Mhm.
He's just the.
He's not much of a hero.
No, he's
Yeah.
not. He's a fucking lunatic.
Said
Like,
heroic
him and-
character.
Or final
Okay.
girl.
Yeah, this
Okay,
he
You're
doesn't
like
fit- he
Dr.
just-
Loomis.
Yeah, Dr. Loomis.
Or your
Hmm.
heroic or final girl.
Dr. Loomis.
Look, he's look.
Not a hero, not a final
Look,
girl.
Look,
Yeah.
hear me out. He's a hero to me.
It's not. Really thought you were gonna say Lori.
I
Like,
was
that was.
talking
I
about
love
too.
Laurie. I love Laurie, but the thing about it too, and I should have really thought about this because, like, obviously my answer was, supposed to be heroic. But my favorite part of Dr. Loomis is him just being a fucking nutcase. Like
Yeah.
him in Halloween 2 when he finds out that they're related, and he tells the state trooper to turn the car around. And the state trooper's like, I can't do that, man. And Loomis immediately pulls a gun. And the trooper's like, what the fuck? And then Loomis just goes, what is it you fellas usually do? Fire a warning shot. And he just shoots the fucking window. I'm like, dude, you would go to prison for life.
You're not getting out, dude.
Dude, the way he kills Michael Myers in that movie is he just goes, it's time, Michael, and just blows up the hospital. It's unhinged, bro.
And
The
therefore
start
he's
of
your
Halloween
favorite
2.
hero.
That random guy that comes out of his house and is like, I've been trick-or-treated to death tonight. And Loomis just turns to him and goes, you don't know what death is. Like, that guy's probably like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know who you are,
I
you
don't
old
know.
I
fuck.
guess.
You're just some random old man in a fucking trench coat with a handgun just on his lawn.
Bleeding.
Fucking hell.
Busta Rhymes literally says to Michael while tapping on the forehead, "Go on, scoot, skedaddle, get the fuck out of Dodge." I mean, get more badass than that.
No, that's kind of based
Yeah.
Freddy.
Oh,
There's only one Freddy I recognize in a horror movie, and it's Freddie Harris.
I'm going to ask this question and then I'm going to run and turn the PowerPoint on because I realized I plugged my computer into an extension lead, but
PowerPoint?
the PowerPoint's not
I heard
turned on.
PowerPoint as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, PowerPoint.
that's what? It's a different
Like-
term here.
yeah,
Whatever
like
you're
micro
talking
PowerPoint.
about, it is not
What
the
do you
same
guys
here.
call it? An outlet? A power
Yeah,
outlet?
a
outlet,
PowerPoint.
yeah.
A PowerPoint here is like a
It's
presentation.
like a slideshow.
Yeah,
where
well, we
that's
have
PowerPoint.
Microsoft PowerPoint as well, fuckhead. But it's
Yeah, but
also
okay.
just-
So what the fuck? I'm
Just
gonna
say
go
you're
run
gonna
turn on
plug
the.
it in.
PowerPoint.
Just say you're gonna
Yeah.
plug it in.
I thought he was gonna turn on. I thought you were gonna turn on a slideshow for the,
like this
for the
part
Zoom. I
on
was
the
like,
wall.
what are you
When
talking
we
about?
see this on the wall, it's a PowerPoint.
Okay, it looks like the
Extension
Ghostface mask.
Okay, next question.
It does.
Favorite. I'm gonna run after I say this. Favorite monster design in horror movies.
Oh, I have to
Monster
think about
design.
that. Oh, I got it.
sh-
I got it.
Who?
The monster in Ritual.
Ritual. I don't know.
Ritual.
Ritual. What is that?
Oh, the ritual
Ooh.
fucking rocks.
Ritual-
Dude, the
wait,
ritual
hold on, let me
fucking
look it up, let me look it up.
So good.
the
Wait,
ritual
Tyler,
fucks
maybe you
so
should
good,
look
bro.
up the monster because they don't show the monster.
Well, I'm not gonna look up the monster. I'm just gonna look up this movie.
It's insane. So it's about a bunch
You
of
will
guys
see the
that go,
picture. You will see the picture of the monster if you Google.
a bunch of guys
Yeah,
go
I see the
hiking.
monster.
It's your basic like a bunch of people hiking in the woods, but
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
so good at being scary while they're jumping at you because there's
Alright.
something following
I'll,
them and there's a ghostly presence. It's
Yeah,
on
it's a
Netflix. There's a cabin
fucking good.
scene that's probably the
Yeah.
scariest thing I've seen in a movie that isn't like a pop-up when they wake up in the
Interesting.
cabin. Harper,
It
you
is
know?
extraordinarily underrated. It is such a
Alright,
cool movie.
I'll watch it.
It's got like the deer antlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so.
I think that's
cool,
my
and it's
favorite
got
monster
fucking
design.
hands.
I'm trying to think of a monster design. I mean, when I was a kid, I don't really know if this counts as a straight up horror movie. It's found footage, but like Cloverfield, you know that giant
Yeah, that
monster?
counts.
It's kind-
Yeah,
that
yeah,
and that
counts.
counts. Okay, movie scared the
Yeah.
fucking shit out of me to this day, where I still have like a thing with giant monsters, and they're not real, but I sometimes like am up at night like, what if Godzilla attacks? And it's because of
I'm
that
in New
movie.
York.
Yeah, no, seriously, but think about it. When I was a kid, I would have been 7 years old. Matt Reeves, by the way, didn't realize he's been in my life for so long, but it was a found footage giant monster movie that set place in New York City.
Mm.
Oh,
And
no.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know this isn't real because I know the world hasn't exploded, but this is way
But-
too real for me to comprehend as a child.
Correct. Yeah.
It scared the shit out of me. And I think I actually like genuinely like do this whenever it shows up again, like whenever I see it again. So I think that has to be my favorite monster design because he's fucking scary.
Because it scared you.
And they call him
That's-
Clovey, which is cute.
That's so fun. Like, I think there is something to be said. There is definitely horror movies. I think we all have that. Like, I don't think I've ever watched a horror movie and been like scared while
Mhm.
watching it. Like, I've
Oh,
never
yeah.
felt that.
I
But there are
understand.
like maybe 3 horror movies that like I watched as a kid, and now even when I watch like a certain sound effect or something makes me go "Ugh," and like look
Mhm.
out the window and be like, "Is there?" No, I'm
You see
fine. It's all
Michael.
good. Yeah, yeah. He's just
standing there.
that is the most egregious part of Halloween Ends. Not to jump back to that, but when they have the random Corey,
When they have
coming in,
Corey
the
do
kid
it,
just
oh,
standing, and it
I
does
think
the-
I have a picture of it. Just says, "How fucking dare they?"
yeah,
literally.
they cannot be doing this.
Yeah, I think that's got to be my favorite horror monster.
Favorite monster design. You know what's funny about this question is I wrote it down and I asked it.
You have no idea.
I have no fucking idea, bro.
Well, would you count like the thing?
Well,
the
I count
it's
the
not.
Thing's
It's kind of like an
difficult.
amorphous design. It doesn't have like a real design. But if
I
we're
think it
talking about
counts in
like
terms of all of us.
makeup and like the way it was
I would count
created,
that.
like a thing I fucking hate looking at. It's it's the thing. It's that movie.
It's
like I just
monstrous.
Something I
fucking
know I
love
bring
that
it up all
movie.
the time. I brought it up on that fucking video that
Something
I
in
did
the
for
way.
I did for the channel. But that the werewolf design in the Howling is like it to me is still the
Howling?
best fucking yeah. Like it just looks so. I think it's because A, it's old, and B, it looks kind of
Look that up.
like the cameras look like shit. So the whole movie
Oh, I
is
see. I
filmed
see.
like it's
Ew.
yeah, like it, and like if you watch the transformation scene in the Howling is a fucked movie because it's not great, but it is
That's
so
pretty good.
creepy. And it's like the way it's filmed, it's like there's Vaseline all over the fucking camera, and like it's like there's like a weird glow to it, and it just
Mhm.
feels wrong. And the werewolves look fucking just
It
and
looks
it's in,
pretty
like,
good. Yeah.
well, that scene is in daytime too, and it always fucked me up that like you're in this big fucking like redwood forest with these massive trees, but it's the middle of the day and there's monsters coming after you. Like day's supposed to feel safe, and like
Mhm.
having this massive
Yeah, I know what you're
8 foot
talking about.
tall fucking creature. I'm like,
I
all right.
love when movies do that though, when they take the daytime to make it scary. Like I think
Yeah,
Midsummer
fuck
was
yeah.
very good at that. It's not very
Mhm. Yeah.
scary genuinely, but like it's like an unnerving feeling, and you're
It's
like it's
unnerving.
broad daylight. Yeah.
Makes me
Like
uncomfortable.
It follows. I wasn't hugely into. but that
It
movie
follows
did that quite
disappointed me,
well.
man. I think
No, but
It Follows
I don't really like
needed
it either.
more. Yeah, I think it needed more of like how many times are we gonna wait for this thing to catch up to us? Like
was that
yes,
the one? Was that the
I
one
get
where
it.
if you had sex with someone, you
it's
could,
the
like, pass
STD
on?
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't
And
seen
I
that
think
one.
it's a good idea. It's a really like genuinely good idea. I think they underuse kind of. It's not as scary as it really could be. I think.
No, it also loses you at the point where this guy fucks the main girl so that he gets like the demon thing onto him, and then
Mhm.
his mum like foam fucks him to death in the weird. Do you remember that scene, Tyler?
I think I do.
Like the demon, the creature that like it can take anyone.
Oh, right. Okay, now I'm
of his
remembering.
mum
it.
and
Yeah.
fucks him to death, and it's like you just watch it and you're like, oh, now this is like a comedy parody movie. It's the fucking
Yeah,
dumbest thing
no,
I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
no, it was really.
Stupidest thing.
It disappointed me, man.
It's a good
And,
concept, but it just fucking
yeah,
sucks.
it really should have been better. I think.
You know, I've been trying to think about a monster like from a movie, and the one that's popping into my head, and not even that it's like that scary or nothing, but the one that made me go, "What the fuck?"
Hulk.
From from *Malignant*. So like being.
Oh,
yes,
Fucking
yeah.
That was
Oh
so
my
that's
good.
God.
great. That's
I'm
It's
so,
even
okay,
great.
it's good that we've all seen that movie, dude.
Yeah.
The second that they showed, you know, the it's in the video log, right? And they
Yep.
turn the camera and it's her
Yeah,
back.
you see that
And I
in the
was just
teeth?
like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
And she's ripping her head open. Oh, that was fucking nasty. And then she
Like,
goes
I
like,
was like,
all, yeah.
"Wow."
And she literally
That's
she goes all
fucked
like
up.
Black Widow on them for no reason. That thing like knows how to use kung fu. Like that movie's so stupid, but I love it.
It's
was a
so
good
fun.
one.
It's so fun.
Yeah, yeah. James Wan.
That
He's
was when I got
good.
to watch my own home instead of watching in a movie theater. Oh, so much better.
I saw that in theaters.
I saw that at
The
home.
whole
too.
theater. I saw that. I think opening night. The whole theater was like, "Oh!" What the-" It was fun.
Well, what's does
That's
everyone
awesome.
has everyone like because the horror movie for me where the entire theater was like, what the fuck? When I saw The Lighthouse,
Oh,
and
one of my
obviously
favorites. One of my
that's
favorites
such-
ever.
You saw that in theater, Hunter?
Yeah, I
What
saw
a
that
fucking
twice in theaters.
you're a
Great,
fucking
great.
nut job, dude.
I love that movie
It's
so much.
that movie. It was I would have been in a theater. Would have been opening night. I would have been on a theater in like 61st Street. So I am not home, and I'm in the middle of all these people. It's very dark out, and it's very scary because it's New York City at nighttime. And I go into the theater, and it was just a mind fuck. Like
Yeah,
it's not
it's
a
very
particularly
unsettling.
scary or horrifying movie, but it really just like sunk its nails into me, and I felt like while I was on the train
Why'd
home,
you
I'm like,
spill
why am I
your
even here anymore?
beans?
Hark!
Why am I even here anymore? Dude, my
Yeah, it's
roommate has the entire speech about when he's like,
Oh yeah,
Poseidon strike thee or whatever.
Yeah.
He has that entire thing memorized.
over
Hunter,
lobster.
you said that you remembered that for like a D&D campaign.
Yeah, I memorized it for a D&D campaign. I yelled it.
It's
at
such
my
a weird
players.
movie, but I remember
God, you
the
are.
entire theater. Everyone like the second they show that mermaid's vagina, everyone
Oh,
looked at each other
yeah.
like, "What the fuck is going on?" That was the
God.
first ever weird movie I saw in theaters. Like I was finally old enough to see them.
I was so uncomfortable at the ending when our Pattinson looks in the camera and just starts laughing and screaming, and like the
Yeah.
audio gets all distorted, and
Yeah.
I got so many
Yes.
chills watching that for the
Mhm.
first time. And even today, I've
Yeah, no,
probably
the
seen
movie
like
literally
5
is
times.
probably formative for me because that was like one of the first horror movies I was old enough to go see. That was fucking crazy. You know,
It's
that would
so
have been
good, though.
2019. I would have been 18. Yes, it was fucking ridiculous.
That's
My showing was kind of weird because like that final scene where Robert Pattinson does that, he was in the theater. Like he did that to us.
He did that to you?
individually.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it took like 4
And then-
hours. But
And then
like,
The Rock popped out and said, "What do you think of that ending?"
yeah,
Did you think of
yeah.
that post-credit stinger.
It was so weird because he was standing up the front in front of the
Mhm.
screen the whole movie.
He's
and he
posing as a
expected us
Jan
not to realize.
mustache.
That was crazy. Hey guys, I'm not The Rock, but what did you think of The Lighthouse?
Hey, jabronis. I mean, friends.
Did we all answer the
JD.
question?
Yes.
Yeah, those are those ones. I've got 3 sort of mini discussion topics that can be quickly touched on.
Ooh.
This is I feel like I know some of the answers already. What horror franchise needs a revival or deserves to be back in the spotlight?
Halloween.
I think it is Friday the 13th.
Halloween, which has just had its revival and it's now slowed
it
down.
needs another reboot.
I think I think Friday the 13th. If you get someone who can make like, well, first of all, make a good movie, obviously, because a lot of them are terrible.
Correct.
Yeah, it's
But-
been a long
LeBron
time.
It's
is
been-
apparently
That one.
attached to it, right?
It's been a long time because there's been rights issues. But if you can like bring Jason back and he's terrifying and he's killing a lot of people and it looks good, you just make a classic traditional one. It's not that difficult, and it could be good. It could be really cool.
Correct.
I mean, there's the trend is remaking these movies or giving sequels to them, and they can do a sequel where they bring in what's his name, Tommy Jarvis, right?
Oh, I love Tommy
Yeah.
Jarvis. Well, they did that
And
in
sure.
the fan films, Never Hike Alone and
Mhm. But
Never Hike in the Snow.
you get good reboots or remakes, like you get the Halloween first one, but then you also get like Texas
Maybe.
Chainsaw Massacre, that new one.
Fuck.
It's horrific.
I heard it was
Fucking
bad.
horrific,
So-
yeah.
Make it a good one, and don't fuck it up. That's all I'm saying.
It's the thing too is that you can actually make good slasher movies.
You
and
can
they
make
don't
good
have to be
movies, and I think
shit, yeah.
sometimes I feel like horror movies forget that.
There are good slasher movies like that have come out in the last few years. Like you
Mhm.
can do that. I mean, there was that. Remember that? It wasn't a great movie, but it was a good movie. That Hush on Netflix. with
Oh, that one's good.
Well,
the
I like
deaf
that one.
girl
I
that
like
stalks-
I like Mike Flanagan though. I think I trust him doing
That's so
anything.
easy. Dude, Mike Flanagan's a fuck. Doctor Sleep is the fucking
Doctor
like,
Sleep, Haunting a Hill House, all that
holy
shit.
shit, man. He's fucking
Yeah.
good.
Okay, I have my
He's
answer
king.
for
Go on.
arriving. So this might be a hot take because they used to go on so often that people got sick of them, but it used to be so like
Paranormal
traditional
Activity.
because it was every year. And
Paranormal
even though they
Activity.
were all different plots, there was an overarching story to it, even though it got
Paranormal
bad near the end.
Activity. Yeah, it
Paranormal
is.
Activity.
Paranormal Activity. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Paranormal-
can tell.
Yeah, even though it got bad at the end,
But there
I
was a newer one,
really
wasn't there?
into the story. Yeah, The Next Kin doesn't follow any of the other movies. Has no connection
Yeah.
whatsoever. Toby's
Mhm.
never mentioned. None of the ghosts from the old ones were
Do you like?
mentioned.
Do you like it because the main kid is called Hunter?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like
that's
that's like 70% of the reason.
But
But no, like
30%,
there
I
was this
think Ghost
whole
does
story,
spooky.
and then I think Ghost Dimension was like the last one, and Toby gets spawned on like he gets a body, and we just see his feet for some reason. But and then it ends, and then the next one comes out like 6 years later, and it's just nothing to do with Paranormal Activity at all, and it was really bad. So it's like
Mhm.
I think it's because it's such a niche audience. Because Paranormal Activity, the people that really like it because it's a soap opera. Like
it was a
all-
TV show. It was every
It was-
year
yeah.
for like 6 years. It was like the new episode.
And it's like, how the fuck
Interesting.
are they going to tie in Katie into this one? And it's like, oh well, this one's a prequel, but this one is an in-between-quel between 1 and 2, and it's actually the family's always been haunted, and people liked
Yeah.
it because of that.
The
But yeah,
first
I don't-
three
I
are
don't
so
understand
good.
that.
The first 3 Paranormal Activities are so good. Like I still rewatch them, and it still gets me chills at times. So I wanted to come back, but like focus back on the story.
The soap opera shit.
Yeah, bring it. Don't reboot it. Just bring it back and continue. That's my answer.
Okay, disagree. JD, no, I'm good. No, I actually do get that. Like, but
They're
I
fun.
think-
They're fun movies.
but like, I don't. Those movies you could make and make them look cinematic and good quality, but then also make them very cheap and put them on whatever streaming service.
It was on
to
Paramount
appease that
Plus, the new
family.
one, right?
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
do
it
that.
is. Mhm.
So
Yeah,
just
good.
yeah, I
What
don't
if they
think
just what if they
there's-
just make a show, something like that? Paramount Plus show, Paranormal Activity,
Mm,
and it just
Alright.
follows whatever story you want.
Tyler, I think the integrity of the Paranormal Activity franchise belongs on
It
the big
would be
screen,
challenged.
pal.
Yeah.
Yeah. JD,
Now I don't know if this is one that they've done like in recent years, but
it is. Yeah.
like they've been redoing like all the Universal monsters, like with kind of modern renditions. Why not Frankenstein? I think that would be cool.
Fucking
Modern
yes,
Franken. Well, they
fuck
did
yes.
that. They did that Aaron Eckhart I Frankenstein. or
Oh,
whatever,
I
right?
Frankenstein, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that
did
was
that. That was
bad.
their modern Frankenstein reboot. You mean like a
Ooh, that
traditional
was-
kind of Mary Shelley Frankenstein story?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that could be like they've redone like
That
you know
would be
like
cool.
the Invisible Man and all. Like I don't know, it'd be cool to do.
But do you want it modernized or do you want like a remake of the original?
I don't think you can remake the original because the original is kind of like iconic. So I think you got
It's
to do it,
real
like,
good
modern
too.
way.
It's one of the
Modernized, like
I watched
like
it for the first time recently.
Frankenstein in the 21st century.
Did you like it?
I really liked it. I
Frankenstein
rewatched
rocks.
most of the Universal monster movies from like the 30s and 40s, and
Yep.
Frankenstein was definitely one of the better ones. Even Bride of
Yeah.
Frankenstein's very good.
The Invisible Man from 1933 is the best one. Just saying.
I
Here
like
we go gathering nuts in May, nuts in May, nuts in May.
I kind of
He's
like Creature of the
insane.
Lagoon.
Interesting. Now,
Mhm.
question: do you like it because you look exactly like him?
Yeah, the monster. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And just when he's swimming, I'm like, wow, that's like I like look in the mirror. I'm like, wait.
Do you like it because there's there's a whole like theme of sexual undertones to it, and you also want to fuck a fish man?
No, but I do enjoy The Shape of Water.
Yeah, because you want to fuck that fish man.
No.
Righto. Okay, I'm gonna stop that now.
Did you do your answer, Harper?
I actually agree with Tyler. I think Friday the 13th is due, man. They fucking need.
Mhm.
They need to that or
Well, they need something.
they
you
just
know-
need something.
You don't even
It
have
also
to
has-
even see Friday the 13th, and like Jason's recognizable instantly.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
it's
fuck
the
yeah.
hockey
Yeah,
mask.
dude, it's
But
Jason
the thing is,
Voorhees,
most of them
like-
are horrible. You know, most of them are unwatchable.
Horrible.
Horrible. Yes, they are
Horrible.
horrible. But
Sorry.
it's like they're literally
Hunter,
unwatchably
like,
bad.
Hunter, you felt so clever for that joke. I, in the middle of high school, had a folder of bad horror movies that I called horrible movies. So you are equivalent as funny
Damn.
as like 14-year-old me.
Was 14 you funny?
Oh, I was the best.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, fucking rocked, man. No.
Other
Okay.
question?
Yeah, I think Friday the 13th really needs a
Next
comeback.
topic. This is
Okay. Are slashers on the comeback? This is sort of feeding onto what we were just talking
Well,
about.
Oh, so yeah, that is what we were just
Are
I-
slashers on a
Are
comeback?
flashes on the comeback? Is the
I
crime of
think-
people flashing other people in public
on a comeback. I think this year has been a good year for our new slashers.
Mhm.
Bodies was good.
Mm.
You have X and you have Pearl, and I think people really did turn out to see those. I think yes. I think we
I
get all
think
these
yes,
fucking
too.
weird ass A24 movies anyway.
A24 series, and
And-
we're getting them.
Yeah, and they seem to be now focused on the slasher.
I'm okay.
You
with
know, they
that.
go through like ages where they'll do like maybe one year you get two really weird fucked up ones like Midsummer and The Lighthouse, and then this year we get Pearl X and Bodies, and they're all slasher movies.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna keep this trend.
I hope so, because I think again people will buy into.
And people,
I
you
think
know,
slasher is associated with just the worst of the worst because the 80s had,
mm,
admittedly very fun, but also some very bad, just
And so
random
many
slasher
sequels.
movies.
So many
So
sequels.
many sequels, bro. So many. So many.
We're talking about like let's bring Friday the 13th back, but there was like what 12
10.
of them, like
Yeah,
a row.
but ready, Hunter.
Yeah.
1 shit, 2 okay.
Oh, I know,
3
I know.
kind of shit. 4
Yeah.
okay.
10's
5
the
shit.
best.
No,
Jason in
six,
Space. Jason
6
goes-
good.
you like
Jason X
that one's
sucks
awesome.
ass.
Stop
They all-
it!
It
Stop
sucks.
it!
It's awful.
That
It's
movie's
awful.
so good. That might have been the first one I saw.
Well, that'll
Um,
do it.
Yeah.
I like the part. Did you know that when he kills the lady with the dried eyes,
Like I really my favorite type of horror movies are I prefer ghost movies. I really like paranormal type of movies over slashers, but
Yeah, I've heard you like snuff films, but that's just what I've heard.
you gotta get your hearing checked, man. I said I like ghost movies.
Oh wow, that's a lot different.
Ghost
But I
movies.
do like
Do you like?
there's too many
That's
of
not a
them,
horror
and there's
movie.
not many modern slashers.
What
So
are you gonna say, Tyler? I have to.
Oh,
know.
I was gonna say a ghost story. That's not a horror movie though.
I don't know.
I don't think I know what that is.
It's like a movie where Rooney Mara is sad and Ben Affleck's brother's a ghost.
Sweet, Casey Affleck.
Yeah, it's not. It's so boring. I thought I was gonna say, but it's not a
Playing
horror movie.
himself.
So
But I prefer like the Conjuring type things. Ghost.
Mhm.
movies.
Interesting.
I love the genre.
Yeah, same.
Interesting.
So, I rather a haunted house than a guy with a knife.
Wow,
Have
I
you seen-
prefer.
Haunting of Hill House.
Yes, very
It's
good.
fucking. Isn't it like perfect?
hmm
Yeah. So okay, that makes. I mean, obviously you. would say
But that being said, I think there's a lot more haunted movies than there are slashers for like modern horror movies. So I'm totally okay with bringing them back.
Mhm.
Because there's
Well,
also
I
a lot of
think they are.
mixtures where you have like, oh, this person's possessed and now they have a knife. So it's like a combination. So
and now they have a knife.
yeah, so that's like you know.
Well, you also got to think people still showed up for Halloween, the new Halloween movies.
yeah.
So I
Mhm.
think people will still show up for slashers. I don't think slashers are dead.
Oh, absolutely. Mhm.
And I
That's
think
good.
that-
That's a good sign because I think 10 years ago they were dead. They were fucking gone. It was not going to happen.
Yeah.
Um,
But now
and
they're
it
back.
just makes me, like when I think about slashers, it kind of makes me think: would any horror franchises benefit from just a straight up reboot or a soft reboot? Kind of like what Halloween did with just connecting to the.
You're
first
asking
movie,
like
or just
which
clean-
ones?
Yeah, what should just fucking start again, or just go back to like the original? Like, should they make a direct sequel to the original Nightmare on Elm Street?
Oh
or
man.
something?
Well, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, I was thinking Nightmare on Elm Street, but they did. I think they went as crazy as they could have gone. They did
Yeah.
New Nightmare, and I
Yeah,
don't think
I
you
agree.
can really make a new one starring Nancy Thompson and it just
Well-
be the same fucking story.
You also can't do it because it's Robert England and like he's the
Mhm.
guy and he's too old to.
Well,
to
that's
be
exactly
doing
it. I think that might be one of those cases because Freddy had a personality. You
Yeah.
can't rip him away from Robert England. Like anybody could play Jason. Realistically, anybody could play Michael. But
Yeah. some
Robert
are much
Englund
better at it than others,
was-
but like
yeah,
you don't
Robert
need the
England
look.
was and is Freddy Krueger.
Correct, yeah.
And was Craven's Dead. I don't know if you really want to keep making.
He's what? No, it's
You
like
know?
I just found out now. JD.
I forgot what the question was.
Just called out by the teacher.
I wasn't paying attention.
Hunter.
Laughed.
I'm not going to repeat the question, JD. If you want to know in the future, mate, you can be listening in, all right?
Just gotta
Well,
be
you guys-
following
you guys
along.
are talking-
I forgot to tell you guys that the other day at work, I said to like 5 different kids, no hat, no play. And every time I said it, I went, the boys will appreciate that.
Isn't
Yeah.
it just kind of just repeating the last question though?
No, but it's like, what would you reboot?
Oh,
like,
our
you could,
slasher is dead. No, I
you-
don't.
no,
think
no,
so,
no. You
because
could, you
on
could
a pure
do
financial basis. Think about how much money Halloween 2018 made, and then
Yeah.
the new
They made a
Scream
lot.
made like a shit ton of money. So
Yep,
like,
Scream
Oh
5.
yeah,
don't
I
think
forgot about
they'll be
Scream this year
dead.
too.
Yeah.
Trash.
I
No.
say reboot Texas Chainsaw Massacre and do it good because those movies always end up
Well,
shit.
the new one.
That
the
one
new
doesn't
they
need
tried
a
to.
sequel.
The new one they tried to do the Halloween thing where they brought back the original final girl, even though it wasn't the
Oh
same actress,
god,
right?
fucking awful.
Oh,
And it was
wasn't
horrible.
the same. What? Why would they
I don't
do
think it
that?
was it?
Because she's dead.
Yeah.
The
So they just got
actress in
some
real
old,
life is dead.
some other
So,
different
but why
woman.
would you try to
Exactly,
bring
like,
back the
it's
character
because-
then, like,
Because they tried to do the Lori thing, and
the-
it was pointless.
the thing
You
with
know,
her
I
though,
don't-
like it's not like she was destined to be at this place. It was just like wrong place, wrong time. She
Yeah.
got away, but so did that truck driver with the wrench. Like
But
he
they
got
literally
away
like
too.
Laurie Strode
Yeah.
her is the thing. They gave her a shotgun and she's hunting down Leatherface.
Yeah, as like yeah.
Just leather.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
even I haven't seen any Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel. I've only seen the first one. But I mean, Leatherface, he's a scary one there, but it's a family. It's not just him.
Yeah, well, no, he's not though. He's a fucking idiot, and that's the thing. I mean, they did those remakes, the Michael Bay produced ones, but if you watch Texas Chainsaw like 2, 3,
I
the
haven't.
Next Generation or whatever. Yeah, but if you did, motherfucker. Well, you were just like, I didn't. Well, fucking watch it. They're the best movies on earth. But he's a
Heard
fucking,
2 is really funny. So,
It's awful. I hate that movie so much.
I hear
wish
it's so
that-
funny.
It's not. It's not as funny as people think it is. It's
Okay.
like Tyler. It's like people think it's
Aw.
funny, and then you listen.
Wow.
Not really. No, I just think they could do a good Texas Chainsaw movie, dude. That'd be
on your
nice.
list of questions, do you have like the first movie to scare the shit out of you as a kid?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's so fun. That was the next question. JD, what was the first movie that scared the tits off you as a
Believe it or
kid?
not, and it's not even a horror movie, so I'm a fucking pussy. But Coraline, scared
Coraline,
the
I
shit
knew,
out of me.
Oh,
I knew
no,
Coraline
right.
was
I
coming.
was
It's so good.
horrified.
I actually
no,
have
that's fair.
I have these gloves on my desk. Of course, they're inside out, but I'm gonna be.
Oh, that's your
Wybie for
profile
Halloween.
Dude, you literally look like him, though.
I know.
you
I
look-
know.
Are you gonna tilt your
I
head
know
every time you
shit. Well, yeah,
talk?
I gotta just.
Yeah.
I look like Wybie. I got the gloves. I got the jacket and my thing. Halloween.
Yeah,
Coraline,
he's-
I didn't see until I was like probably 16, so it
30.
didn't
I
really
wish I
scare
didn't
me.
see it till then. I saw it in
it-
2009 at 10 years old. I shared a room with my sister at the time. We had like a closet. I was scared. Other mother was gonna come out of there. I was fucking horrified. The buttons for
Yeah.
eyes.
That is a
Scary.
terrifying movie.
Like what's so
That is
buttoned
definitely a
into your
terrifying
eyes, yeah.
movie. There
I
was
kinda-
some
I would say
movie
horror.
that my mom was watching when I was a kid, and I must have, because my mom liked horror movies, but she would always like, shove me out of the room when she watched them. But there was one that I think she just wasn't paying attention to, was on it. All I remember, and I've tried to track this movie down, and I can't because it's a very specific, like it's very hard to look up this, but it was a found footage movie, and it's about this mother and her crazy kid. And then the camera falls over, and then the kid beats the mom to death with a baseball bat. And that was the first ever like scary thing I saw. And it was a kid beating his mom to death. And I'm like, is someone gonna do that to my mom? Like, I was
You.
horrified.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would
you.
be me. I'm like, is this what I'm destined to become? Is this the folly
Oh,
of
no.
little boys? Yeah, and I'm just
Oh,
like,
no.
I was horrified. It was terrifying. It was like the first ever like evil thing I saw. It was
Huh.
horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know
fair
what movie
enough.
that was though. I'll never find it.
For me, it was the first horror movie I ever saw. It was a friend of mine's birthday in like grade 3, and he said, we're gonna watch an action movie. We watched Sleepy Hollow by Tim Burton. So Johnny Depp's in it. So that's not an action
Really?
movie.
No, it's not. But also that scares you. You're a pussy, man.
Well, I
only
think I
7.
was 7 years old. The thing
Ah,
that scared
dude.
me the most was there's a scene where this family gets killed by the headless horseman, but they send their son like under the floorboards. So he's like looking up at the cracks, and they cut the mom's head off, and the head rolls to the point where it stops, where her eyes are looking through the crack, and that got me good. I think I cried over that.
Seems
I was like, this is an
unrealistic.
action. But yeah, that was the first movie. I haven't seen it since. I'm sure it's not scary at all, but that was my first horror
There's
movie.
no fucking way. That's
So it
scary.
really got me good.
It's ironic you brought it up before, Hunter. There was a period of time. It was when the Simpsons movie came out, and a friend of the
movie?
family.
That's the scariest
gave-
movie you've seen.
Yes,
That was the
when
first
you
movie to
see
scare the
Bart-
shit out of
when
you?
you see Bart
See Bart's
Simpson's
dick.
dick, I was like, what? No, but I remember it was in the middle of a very windy climate. Like it was not stormy, not rainy, but it was just fucking gloomy and windy every fucking day for like a month. And I had 2 movies to watch on one of those fucking DVD players you put the disc in. I had a family friend, they burned me a copy of the Simpsons movie and the first Paranormal Activity. And I watched the Simpsons movie.
Oh,
I
I
went, that
see.
was fun. I'm gonna watch Paranormal Activity. I'm quite young at the time. And I watched it and I'm like, oh, okay. And then for the next fucking 4 weeks, every door in the house is just like slam. And I'm like, oh, we're haunted, we're fucked. Like it drove me mad. Because like I wasn't scared watching it.
Did
I
you?
didn't fucking feel a thing watching
That's
it. But after the
hilarious.
fact, every time a
It's
door
just the
slammed, I'm
feeling.
like,
That's so
fuck.
funny because I also that's such a like little kid thing where it's like the monster chases you out of the fucking thing you're watching. Like I
Yeah.
remember when I was a kid, it wasn't a horror movie, but it was Call of Duty Zombies and just zombies in general.
Yeah,
And
that
when you
scared me a
beat
lot
the
as a
first
kid.
campaign for Black Ops 1, it just automatically goes into zombies.
Oh, it does. It
And
does. Yes.
I
yes,
was
yes,
a
yes,
9-year-old
yes.
kid, and oh my
Yes.
god, I was scared that zombies were gonna break down the windows. They were
Yeah.
coming through the doors. I was
Fancy
like, we need
your
JFK and we need Castro because
Wait,
they're gonna protect us.
Harper, what did you say?
Fancy your soul.
No, it's
You
fetch
say
me.
It's fetch me, not fancy.
Fetch me
Oh,
their
I
I thought he said
Because
fetch
it's
me.
when the
But-
dogs
you know-
come.
You know,
It's
both
Samantha.
of those. Both of those literally work.
Yeah, sure. But I was so into the Black Ops 1 theories on zombies with like Samantha.
Yeah,
and
man.
with the
Oh, I would.
tape.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
dig into that shit. Yeah, that
The
was like a
bite of
huge thing.
87.
That was like the first ever. That was like the first ever like fear I overcame was playing Call of Duty Zombies,
You
being
over
terrified of
what?
zombies, being terrified of zombies, and then coming out the other side, doing what on the other side, and then just being this victorious zombie master. It was amazing. That was an arc as a little kid.
You're absolutely right, Tyler, for like intros or outros to things that catch you off
Yeah.
guard. Like The Howling when I was a kid, it was only the DVD copy, but it was like, because it was produced by Studio Canal. It was this fucked intro where it's like birds tweeting and then this sort of like sound, you know, like the THX like fucking
Yeah.
surround. It was like
I could
that,
never forget
but
that.
it was all fucked and there were birds tweeting and then there was like
Mhm.
and I remember every time I'd hear that intro, I'm like, that's more fucked than the movie. Like, it's like, who made this? What the fuck?
Natural noises that you would find in the forest.
Yeah. I'm scared by nature. I live in Australia, dude. Like,
That's true,
Birds
that's
and a
facts.
wolf.
all right. I think we should wrap this up with some of the fan submitted or listener submitted questions. Some ones that are, great topics. Like we've got
Rapid fire.
what everyone thinks about Hunter's Midnight Suns lineup. They didn't get the memo for what this podcast was about.
I didn't like
It
it.
was
I made it
terrible.
known. I didn't like it.
Fair.
But we have actually got some good questions. So, favorite indie Halloween book? Now, not
Indie
necessarily-
Halloween book, like a
I'm
like
not
a book.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
I have an
like-
answer for this. No way.
I don't know about
I-
indie books, but I love indie. That's what you said, right? Like
Goosebumps.
independent. Yeah, Goosebumps. That was really it for me as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, that I was
didn't
joking.
No,
I didn't think
dude,
of that,
Scholastic
yeah.
Book Fair in elementary school.
Yeah.
Fucking Goosebumps
Like
was
when
the
you
shit.
come in with the $5 bill and you're fucking strutting there.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
you
like,
get
I'm
your
gonna buy
Goosebumps for,
the
like, the
shit
world
out of these
records.
books.
Did
Yeah,
you guys?
I'm gonna
Did
know
you guys
every word, yeah.
read
have every
the
cheat code.
Horrorland ones? The Goosebumps Horrorland series?
I have no idea. I honestly don't remember what I read.
It was like the MCU for Goosebumps.
That's sick.
It was
That
all
sounds
different
awesome.
stories, but the last 100 pages was they would all connect together.
That's
So
awesome.
That's kind of sick.
yeah,
That's kind of sick.
I really, really liked it.
Say this is taking the question far too literally, but there are most of the Halloween, as in the the franchise Halloween, most of the comic books related to that are how do I say
Oh, we
this?
also talking
They're
comic books?
shit.
Does that count?
They're fucking awful. They're
Bedlam.
bad, but
Bedlam by Nick Spencer is a really good one. If we're talking comic books too, something's eating the children. Something eating the children. Something's killing the children.
Killing the Children's was really good. I like that
That's
one.
really good as well. Yeah. If we're
Can
talking
I
comics
continue
as
with my
well.
point, Tyler? Or can
Yes, I'm
you
sorry.
just-
No, you just mentioned a
No, no.
comic, and I was like,
I read comics.
Okay. No, I've read every freaking Daredevil. No, there is one Halloween book that's 4 issues called Halloween Night Dance, which is just like a group of I guess late teens, early 20s kids being stalked by Michael Myers, and it's real. It's just like it seems like every Halloween-based comic book is just the fucking most depressing, no uplifting,
Well,
no
'cause
survival.
they're
no
just there
wins-
to draw these people die.
Dude, the book ends. I don't know if you guys will care about spoilers. The main character of this series
Oh, I
spends
care.
like she's grown up since she was a kid. I think she saw Michael Myers kill someone or something, but she's grown up her whole life thinking of like being terrified of claustrophobia and being stuck in small places and no one being able to hear her. And the end of the book is Michael Myers undresses her and buries her in like in a grave in the middle of nowhere, and she's just like,
Oh goodness.
yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Dude, just stab her, man.
Yeah,
Like,
just kill
you
her.
have to do this, like. But it is. Look, the art's good and it's like fairly well written, but a lot of the
It's just
Halloween books
depressing.
are not good. Yeah, it's so depressing. The Walking Dead. It doesn't.
If I were to say like a novel, there's a book called The Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky.
I imagine you read that a lot as a kid. Yeah.
Came out like 4 years ago or something. Very, very good.
Yeah,
So the kid has an
no.
imaginary friend, and this imaginary friend is making him do things like build a treehouse in the middle of the woods. Why? Read it to find out. Very, very good.
Oh.
For comics, Immortal Hulk is very good, and it's horror.
not
It's
an
body
indie-
horror.
It's not really an indie comic though.
Yeah,
It's like
no, it's-
150,000
Marvel
per issue.
Comics, what a not known brand.
Yeah, I mean, Hulk is kind of this indie character. So there's this guy called Dr. Bruce Banner.
Or Dr. Bob Banner.
Hey
Robert
guys,
Banner.
this is
Robert.
my son, Scar.
That was pretty scary, bro.
It is, yeah.
Nailbiter from Image Comics.
Is that Josh
from
Williamson?
Joshy. Joshy. Remind me not
There's
to
a
be in the
lot.
episode
There's
next
so
time you
many
interview
good horror comics by like
I
mainstream.
want to read
writers. It's
Gideon
insane.
Falls. I heard that's great.
it.
I hear that's a good one too. Yeah. All right. Question.
Right, good answers.
JLD.
Okay, I think that sort of covered another question that was sent in by the same person, which was favorite horror comics. So I'm going to skip that. This is interesting. Favorite Marvel and favorite DC horror character. So characters that are themed around
Oh,
horror.
DC for me,
Black
Swamp Thing.
Oh,
Easy Swamp
fuck,
Thing.
of course. Oh yes, thanks, Tyler. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Swamp Thing.
Totally
or,
forgot.
I don't know if
Fucking Swamp.
Constantine really counts, but definitely Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing. No, it's
Marvel.
Swamp
That's
Thing.
interesting though.
Jack Russell.
Yeah,
because
fair.
I'm reading
Werewolf by
Werewolf by
Night. Yeah. I mean, I just said Hulk, so I guess Hulk. like
Everyone's
when he's
favorite
scared.
vampire, Morbius.
Oh yeah, yeah, Morbius.
Harper
Marvel.
unironically loves Morbius from the '90s Doctor Strange. So
I
would
don't know if
actually
this
say-
counts.
Oh, you can go.
There you
ahead.
go.
Oh, I was gonna say Venom.
Venom.
I mean, he's a scary looking goo guy.
Carnage, I would say more so as a horror character.
Yeah.
But, I don't know if this really counts, but there was this era where New Mutants was written by Claremont and it was drawn by Bill Sienkiewicz, and that shit is scary. The Demon Bear. That's the arc
Demon
everyone
Bear,
talks
yeah.
about.
From the movie.
Horrifying. And I like all the New Mutants as horror characters. I'm gonna say
a good
that.
one.
I'm gonna count them.
Okay,
Well done.
Fucking love those guys.
that's quick.
Shit, was that everyone? JD, did you say something? I assume you'd say
Morbius.
DC's Frankenstein.
I love Frankenstein. Good old
Justice League
Favorite-
Dark,
my favorite Justice League member.
Someone wanted us to talk about Werewolf by Night. I think that would be too long a conversation.
But we did already.
did.
We already did.
A hero story.
We didn't talk about it a lot on the podcast,
But it was really good.
Fuck me, fuck me hard. It is amazing.
It
Good
is amazing.
shit. We've got favorite Halloween themed comic story, so where it's like set on Halloween. I feel like we've sort of covered that. I'm a
Yeah,
big fan
there's
of
not too many.
the
I can't even think
DC's
of one right now.
Halloween specials. I like every year when DC does their Halloween specials. They haven't done it in a couple of years.
Yeah, I was
'cause
gonna
they're
say, they
idiots.
didn't have one this year.
No,
No, they
because they're
didn't.
they're stupid and they're
'Cause it's-
dying as a brand. But outside of that, yeah. Oh, this is a perfect one for the horror episode. What do each of you guys prefer, Marvel or DC? Some people
depends
like
what
it.
we're.
Some people miss the
Going to a
questions for
4-hour
the
conversation.
Halloween special. Anyway,
Mhm.
favorite Goosebumps episode or book? The one with Hayden Christensen.
Shit. See, here's the thing. I don't remember any of them. I just remember reading them.
Yeah, that's
I
the thing
like
too.
I like the Night of the Living Dummy.
Werewolf of Fever Cabin or something.
Say Cheese and Die, and the sequel, Say Cheese and Die Screaming, are very good. Those are some of my favorites. It's about a camera that when you take a picture, like the picture comes out and it shows how they die.
That's right. That's like the other one. What is it? Live Free, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Die Hard, Die Hard 2.
okay.
It's a good day to die hard.
Good Day to Die Hard.
But yeah, very, very, very good. My friends call me Monster. That's another Goosebumps book. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I imagine they do. Look at you. Top 5 favorite superhero teams. I don't know that.
Well, hey guys,
okay.
we do a comic book podcast every week.
Question
Talk about
for
Fridays.
Tyler specifically. I think everyone can answer this, but Tyler will have the biggest opinion on this. Is there a non-Batman villain you think could be the main villain of a pure horror film?
A
Reason I say-
non-Batman one. Why'd you
Yeah,
say
because
me?
I think because you're the
2019?
only one that I think has thought about this question, because you always think about Batman characters that could be like
You just said
like-
non-Batman. That
said
just,
non-Batman.
that just
Not-
took
no.
the entire fucking thing away.
I see what he means.
motherfucker. I'm
The answer
saying
is-
you're the only one that thinks about this concept in
Yeah.
general.
Okay.
so I
Well,
think
if
you
I
would
can
have-
talk about who I think about Batman, I think the answer is Clayface.
Okay.
Professor Pig.
Yeah, I was
Just
gonna
let
say
me
Professor Pig.
reiterate.
Clayface
Is
or
there a
Deacon Blackfire.
non-Batman?
But let me think non-Batman. I think there's a comic. I think it's Jerry Conway. It was right after All New, All Different, Carnage, and it's just Carnage in like a fucking mine or something. And there's a bunch of miners, and he's just taking them out like the Predator.
Oh no!
It's
oh
fucking-
no!
There's a bunch of mine people
God.
that mine ore.
Oh,
and-
okay.
There we
and
go.
they're
There we
just
go.
taking them out like the Predator. That
I'm a
doesn't sound so
villain,
good.
not a monster.
A bunch of miners being taken out by the Predator doesn't sound so good. But
Oh, Hunter
that's a
Knight
good
from the West
comic that
finally
would
got a second issue.
that's a comic book that I think would be a really cool horror movie.
That's good.
Carnage.
That's a good answer. My non-Batman villain for a horror movie would be the Joker.
Oh, good choice. Which
No,
one? Which one? There's 3 of them.
I actually have one. Hunter, you'll probably appreciate this. Muse from Daredevil, the art
Oh,
fucking idiot.
yeah.
He's
I mean,
good.
That
Yeah,
could
that would be
totally
good.
be a horror movie villain.
He's good. I mean, you could do the
Mhm.
Spot as well. I feel.
Oh,
the Spot is basically
shit.
the Invisible Man.
Dude,
You can do that.
Nightmare.
Oh fuck
Nightmare.
yeah! Oh man,
Obviously.
so many fucking Doctor Strange ones, bro. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I was thinking it's just Dormammu and all that. Yeah, I mean,
oh,
any
dude,
Doctor
the
Strange
one
villain.
from the, like his collection of negative magic from Aaron's run and then into Donny Cates' run, the black fucking monster thing.
Yeah.
Like it has the mask and then in the
I
Donny
read
Cates
Yeah,
that.
okay,
just
yeah.
comes
No,
out.
I just,
I am
yeah, I just
him.
remembered. Yeah,
God, yeah.
Captain Cold.
Captain. I had a weird one. I had a weird one out of the
Oh,
box.
Dr. Light, but the
I
male
was
one?
thinking Gorilla Grodd would actually be a cool horror villain.
Yeah, that actually could be.
Like Barack
I was thinking-
Obama.
This one is out of the box. I think. Imagine this really crazy cosmic horror story. Galactus,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Galactus'
yeah.
mom.
especially and Galactus's mom, especially because I hate giant monsters. I would hate a giant guy in the sky. That sounds
Oh,
terrifying.
true. That's your thing,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be
Dude,
awesome.
Marvel zombies.
Oh yeah,
2, 3,
that
and
is your
4.
thing. I'm kind of similar, Tyler, because my thing, I used to be really afraid of King Kong as a kid.
I love King Kong. No, King Kong's the one I like because he's a nice monkey.
there's a theater that's near my house. I don't usually
He's the
go to
giant
it.
monster I actually like.
The IMAX theater by my place. There's a giant statue of King Kong that's like massive, and it's been there since I was a kid, and its eyes
Nice
glow red.
monkey.
And it scared me so much since I was little. Like
Mhm.
every
No,
time I went
I
to the theater, I'd
understand
be like,
exactly what you're saying.
Does it still scare you, Hunter?
yeah. Sometimes I go in and I look at it, and my heart like.
I think that's the Zoa that makes the
What
heart
if
go
I can
like
find a
that.
picture of that?
I've never seen someone say something so genuinely. Then I like him. I like him because he's a big, nice, big monkey.
But he is. No, he's the only nice like giant monster that I like. Godzilla's still a
Godzilla.
bit too freaky for me, but
He's a bit freaky. I love Godzilla.
definitely got the giant monkey.
Yeah, I found it.
Is excessive gore cheap in horror, or is it valid? Interesting.
I think
question.
it's nowhere near as cheap as jump scares. I think excessive
Yeah.
gore is kind of part of the gig,
Yeah,
dude. I think
Yeah.
you gotta blood's
Depends
gotta
on
spill.
what they're going for. Like Evil Dead, I think it's fun.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah,
I, mean,
I
that's
guess
silly.
it's more a tone thing than anything. But
Yeah.
I would rather
agree.
excessive gore than excessive jump scares or anything like that. You know.
I just sent you
If-
guys the picture of the King Kong statue in my theater that I can't look at.
Oh, goody. Okay.
It's still
The-
there,
the
and
thing-
I like make sure
That
I
is
don't
pretty
look at it.
scary, actually.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it
let's
makes
have
like
a look.
noises.
Oh
every so
no,
often.
that is that's evil as fuck. What the?
Yeah, I was like 5
Yeah,
years
that is
old going in,
horrifying.
and I'm like,
Yeah, right.
I can't look at it. There's statues
Credit-
all over the
credit where
place, but
credit's
that
due.
one I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I guess it's context based because I cannot fucking stand like Saw and Hostel and those kind of torture porn movies where it's just about
Oh,
how can
yeah.
we slowly pull off someone's appendages as fucking like evilly
Yeah.
as we can. But
Saw
like
one's
if
good.
is it though? But I do like any sort of creature feature fucking monster horror movie where like someone just gets sliced and just blood spurts.
Yeah, I know
out
exactly
and
what you're saying. That does sound-
intestines
that
and
is
shit. Dog
awesome.
Soldiers. Fucking watch Dog Soldiers, man. That movie fucking rocks.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
love that
dogs
shit.
should not be soldiers.
Well, they're not because they're werewolves. You fucking stupid
Oh,
prick.
okay.
Yeah,
There we
you
go.
dumb fucking ass. JD, I know you love gore. What do you think?
It could be a little overdone. I mean, obviously, but
Name one time.
every like sequel to Friday the 13th.
Disagree.
Welcome to primetime, bitch.
Like it can be overdone, yeah, but sometimes it's overdone in a good way. Even the Evil Dead remake, when it rains blood, I think that's
That one's fucking crazy though. And
yeah,
they
yeah,
got her X-Acto knife on her tongue and the chainsaw or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, that one's.
The
But
first
that's
Evil
supposed
Dead is
to
really
be
weird.
ridiculous.
She gets like raped by a tree. That was
By a
very-
tree.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That should be your favorite scene though.
Okay. On that note.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, hey, time check, Hunter, because you're the one that's worried about this.
I don't know.
Okay, cool. Let's keep it that way.
5
favorite
minutes
Halloween. Favorite Halloween costume that you've worn? I mean, I've really only had the one.
Halloween costume that I've worn in my
You know, it's
life.
Michael Myers every year, Harper.
I was Darth Vader one
Oh,
year. I don't
every
know.
day. What? You a Vader? That's
That was
my
like-
favorite horror villain.
How did you get the Vader
I-
helmet around that hair though?
I was a little boy at the time. Did not have all the hair. I don't know. Horror. I never wore like a scary costume as a kid or
Neither.
any at all.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was Ghostface once, but
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I know. That's the only horror character I was. I was Spider-Man. I was Hulk. I was a cowboy. Like
I remember seeing you wear that Spider-Man mask in that older Hero Story episode. That was quite frankly terrifying. And the
Oh,
fact that
yeah.
you went to like sick and dying children. It's like they
not
saw
that
death
one.
before they
No,
passed
no,
away.
the one where the eyes are like that. No, I wore the Amazing
That one
Spider-Man
was-
2 mask for
that was fucked up.
because I had
Dude,
the
those
Amazing
poor
Spider-Man
Make-A-Wish kids, bro. Like,
I wore the Amazing Spider-Man 2 one for that.
Yeah, and they would have been like, "Oh, I'm dying," and it's the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
It's Hunter Murray.
Yeah, all those 3-year-old kids like
Motherfucker! I would have at least taken Spider-Man 3. At least that was still under Sam Raimi's direction.
can't wait for Multiverse of Madness.
Oh.
I like it.
Me too.
JD, do you have a costume?
I'm trying to find a picture. I would always go with goofy things. Like, I mean, you see me as Uncle Sam.
I've seen
I
your
went as the Lucky Charms guy one year. Like I was kind of goofy.
Goofy.
You're just the
Wow.
goofy, silly goofball, aren't you?
You're just really silly, hey? Just a silly
You're just
guy.
a silly boy. Hey, what is the
Little
scariest
Tom
thing you've ever seen, and why is it JD's dad in Joker?
Hey,
Scariest-
hey, I got home
Because it's
from work and saw that.
unexpected. It's
Just
unexpected.
saying.
That's
Scariest thing? What, in real life?
Yeah, I get.
No, you mean like in a movie, right? Like,
Well, it says what is the scariest thing
Scariest
you've
thing
ever
you've
seen,
ever
and why is
seen.
it JD's dad in Joker? I think that could be.
oh, that's the
anything.
question. Okay.
oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
just saying that. Okay, I
No,
understand.
that's an actual question.
Yeah, I mean,
I-
the shock value helps.
Cloverfield monster.
Hunter, wouldn't you say like a leg tumor? Like, wouldn't that be the
I
scariest
didn't
thing?
see
you've
it.
ever
It's
seen?
it was inside my bone because there's a bone tumor.
Oh, what?
yeah,
That's
I had doctors from Japan come to study me. Pretty cool. huh?
Whoa.
Yeah, but
Pretty cool.
scariest
I
thing
like
I've seen.
Oh,
I, like
I
when you
thought the
tell
first
story, though,
paranormal
like you
activity
reading
was
New
pretty
52 while all this is going on.
Yeah, yeah, I was.
Like some doctor's like making like his whole career on you, and you're like, wow, the Court of Owls is fucking cool.
Basically, like, whoa, this is awesome. Joker
You'll
cut
never
his
get better
face
than
off?
this.
Yeah,
Dude, scariest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
that's
that's-
fucking.
I don't know, King Kong in the theater.
I'm trying. Oh my god. Oh my
Right?
god. I've just.
Yeah,
no,
right?
no, no. I just figured it out. It is the big moment in Lake Mungo, which is that Australian horror film, which is filmed where I work, which
Mhm.
makes it very fucking creepy because I drive down all the roads it was filmed every fucking day, which is
Is that
cool.
the one? Oh no, I'm thinking of a different movie.
I haven't seen
but
that
like
movie.
Lake Mungo ends with it only really has one scare in the movie, and that one scare is like the most haunting thing. It's a mockumentary kind of thing. It's a documentary.
It's like The Office.
Not like The Office at all. It's
She
a
killed herself in
serious
this lake.
mockumentary. Yeah. Why is Jim treating the magician poorly? No, but it just really, it's fucking stuck with me, and I could not stop thinking about it. And I think it was partially because, I found out about it listening to a podcast on the way to work, and then I watched it and I went, hang on a second, isn't that where and
You're like in the
just
background of it.
it made
Yeah.
it so fun. Like I still there are shots in that movie that they don't draw attention to, but you'll see the girl who died, Alice, and she's just standing like there off in the corner of the frame.
Oh, that's good.
Every fucking day I drive and I look at that spot and I'm like, ugh.
That's
I don't
always
like
good.
that.
Every time there's something in a movie where someone just standing there, it's not a pop-up where you don't notice at
That's
first.
wait,
Hereditary
like,
did that. Like
I'm
where they
thinking
first see the
Haunting Hill
grandma.
House has that in the background of like every scene.
Every scene. Smile, if you see Smile, the first scare in that movie after
Yeah.
the first death is like the person just in the corner smiling in the dark, and you don't notice it at first.
Well, to
Like,
Really, I didn't even know that.
you didn't?
well,
They don't pull attention to it, right?
No, well they do, but she notices it and she drops the glass.
Oh, that's what you mean. But is it in the prior shot?
Yeah, it's very hard
Oh,
to
that's
see. You
really
see like
cool,
just a
actually.
little bit of her eyes.
Yeah,
and her
I
teeth.
like that movie. I like to Smile.
It was really good.
to,
It was way better than I
to
thought.
semi-spoil part of Lake Mungo. It's revealed sort of halfway through the movie, but they have all this footage and these photos of the ghost girl, right? And they're like, oh, there she is. And halfway through, they discover that the brother of the girl has actually just been making these photos and everything up. And the family's like, well, that's crazy, but we did notice some things. And then later in the movie, they go back through them and you find that like he might have like a faked part, but then off in the corner of the same photo is actually her, like
That's
looking directly into the camera. That shit is so fun. And it's also because that movie, I mean, it feels like, John and Mary from fucking down the road just made it for me because it's so Australian and it's so low grade, but because of that, it feels so like real, even though it's very not. Good shit, man.
Ooh, I have a
Anyway, I
question.
think that perfectly leads into our next question. Who's winning a fight, Spider-Man or Batman?
Well, prep time involved.
Spider-Man.
Time? No. No. Okay, we'll do a spooky question. Top 5 favorite comic book villains. I don't think people got the memo, man.
Well, we can kind of wrap it up. Do you have one more? Because I have one back.
we've only got a couple more that are we've got comic book characters you'd like to see adapted for a horror type of comic book film. We sort of covered that.
Doctor Strange.
before. Oh yeah,
I mean,
that's-
even more Doctor Strange horror comics would be awesome.
Ooh, favorite Batman horror? Probably
Like story?
All-Star Batman and Robin. That's pretty horrible.
Yeah.
Batman the Cult. I just read Batman the Cult. It's terrifying. Also, Arkham Asylum, Lonely Place on Lonely Earth, horrifying comic.
A Serious House on Serious
Serious.
Earth. That's a
What did I
fucking
say?
great book. A Lonely House on
Lonely House.
Lonely.
Yeah,
mixing
that's,
with
that's a
Lonely
different
Lonely
Place
Place
tonight.
on
That's a
Lonely.
different. That's a different Batman story. Yeah. Serious House.
All right. We've only got a few left, and I think some of them are actually some of the best. So, what is the worst horror movie you've ever seen?
Oh,
Happy Death Day to you with the 2 as a 2.
Really interesting.
So stupid.
oh, this
Let me
one
think.
it's not like because it's like this is so bad, like it's funny. Just don't watch this movie ever. I spit on your grave. Just don't look it up.
yeah,
Don't
okay.
watch it. Terrible.
I
Yeah.
really might say that new Texas Chainsaw Massacre that came out this year was
It's
so
pretty
fucking bad.
It's pretty fucking.
It was
bad.
it was horrifically bad.
That is pretty fucking bad.
Oh, Conjuring the Devil. There's my answer. Conjuring the Devil, not a Conjuring movie.
What about
There's
say?
when they film outside, it's so windy, so they cut the volume and the actors have to lip sync, which is
Oh, it's
way
like
too
Attack
often.
of the Clones. Like Attack of the Clones, they had to ADR every line of dialogue.
They had to, yeah, it's terrible. It's shot so badly. The lighting's bad. The plot, I won't get into it. Just Conjuring the Devil is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
All right.
I've seen a lot of really bad horror movies.
We all have, I'm sure.
Howling 3 the Marsupials, which is set in Australia, and it's about a cult of werewolves that live out in the Australian outback.
Terrible. Sounds terrible.
Cool.
It's awful. It combines the two worst things in the world: bad horror movies and Australia. JD, do you have an answer?
He said Happy Death Day.
Yeah, that's right. You
Yeah,
did.
Happy Death Day
Sorry,
to you.
I was doing that thing where I don't
The
listen.
2 is the,
Um,
the 2 is a 2. That's very clever, right?
I've seen the first
That
one.
is actually clever. That movie's weird. That's where they dive into like time travel. Anyway,
Yeah.
um,
It could have been
favorite horror game. Mine is Alien Isolation. I think because that game.
Oh, this is gonna sound so fucked up because it's Visage, but I had always heard it called Visage, and it's this PT kind of knockoff spin-off game.
I think
I was about to say,
PewDiePie played that like pre-bridge.
It is fucking incredible, Visage.
Pretty
It is
sure.
terrifying. It is horrifying. Also, Resident Evil 2, the remake, and
Resident Evil 7.
7 was good. I liked 8, but it's not really scary. I'm gonna go Visage. Or Visage, however the
PT
fuck
is
you wanna say
mine.
it.
Just the
Oh,
demo.
Pete. Of course.
I was gonna say PT as well. I was at my friend's house and we're playing it in his basement. It's dark. He gets so scared when we're playing it. He runs upstairs, fucking locks the basement door, and like I'm just down there in the basement alone, and I'm like,
Yeah. What the fuck, man? PT. I think PT is also special because it's now got lore attached to it. You can't get it again.
Yeah.
If you got it, in
It's
the
like
time
it was a
that you
time
could,
in
that's-
it was a time in history.
It's like Flappy Bird.
Basically,
Visage
though, I see what you mean.
Oh, Outlast 2, but also Visage, if you want to play like PT, pretty much just play that game. They made that game specifically because PT did not come out.
Okay.
Thoughts
Bada
on
boom,
Evil
bada
Dead?
It's a
I
really
like
good
it a
one.
lot. I even like the
One
remake
is
a lot.
fine. 2 fucking rocks. Army of Darkness is pretty cool, and the TV show was good from what I watched.
And the remake's really
Remake
good
was
too.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fine. Shit, that was easy.
Bada boo, bada
Okay.
bing.
No. We got like 2 questions left, man. Come
Oh
on.
my
bro.
god, I go.
Okay. What horror movie villain? This is like my favorite question. What horror movie villain could you beat the shit out of besides Chucky?
Leprechaun.
I was gonna say Chuck.
Leprechaun. Oh yeah, I could beat the shit out of that little fuck. Sorry.
Easy.
Jigsaw.
Well, apparently Michael
Easy.
Myers.
Jigsaw.
Apparently you could. Well, Jigsaw doesn't. I mean, he's
either a puppet
old
or
and
an
he has
old man.
cancer.
He's got
God,
cancer,
this-
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, fair
Come
enough.
on. Okay, top 3 favorite horror movies.
Oh
Oh,
god, top 3 favorite
Conjuring
horror
was-
movies.
Halloween, Annabelle Creation.
Wow.
I don't
Creation's
know,
really good.
man.
I like Annabelle Creation a lot.
it is really good. Yeah.
I'm gonna go The Thing.
Yep.
The
I've
there's a
never seen The Thing. I'm
Fuck
terrible.
you. Go watch it.
I know.
Suspiria remake is really
Nice.
good. And then God, number 3, that's difficult. I actually can't name a third that's like I like that much.
I'm gonna go Halloween.
just
I'm
have
gonna
those
go
top two.
Thing, and I'm gonna go.
I'll just go Hereditary.
Jesus, that is hard. Okay, I've done top 2. There we go.
Hereditary. I'll say Conjuring, the first Conjuring, and Scream.
Of course.
I think
Fuck.
Scream's
And
so
all-
fun.
Such a shell for Scream.
I love Scream. Bonus.
Thank you.
Barbarian.
Oh,
Barbarian
So
was very
good.
good.
Oh, that was the new
So
one.
good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
good.
When you
was very
talking
good.
about that and being like, is that the thing that I and then I saw an ad and I went, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was not paying attention.
I messaged Hunter something so specific to that movie as soon as I saw it. He was like, "Ugh." Yeah. But I don't want to spoil it in case people watch it.
Don't see that movie blind. If you haven't seen that
Yeah.
yet, just go in knowing nothing. That's what I did.
Yeah, that's a
and-
bit
yeah.
insensitive.
Oh.
Go and see it blind. Like,
I
come
mean,
on, man.
you can. The sound design is.
thank you for tuning in to the Hero Story Halloween special. We'll see you soon for
For the Christmas special.
A Hero Story Christmas special. Yeah, that
We
was
should
exactly
do
what I was
that.
thinking.
La,
We should
la,
actually
Oh, we're
do that.
absolutely doing it. Do you know what we did for
And talk
Christmas a
about-
couple years ago?
Okay.
We reviewed Wonder Woman 1984. So let's do something different.
Oh, that was so bad.
So now, is it really?
See you
that
next week for the
bad?
podcast, and see you in December for the
Happy
Christmas
Halloween.
special.
Mhm.
Bada
And
bing.
everyone
That's
deserves one
that's
good
not
scare.
my thing.
See you for D&D,
Oh, JD, that's the best.
I know.
and
That's
see you
it.
for D&D. We are actually recording D&D